Ladies and gentlemen, give it for Damian, Bemben.
I'm Polish. Told my parents recently, they did not take it well. Now, as a Polish person, I learned recently that it's completely fine to be racist against Polish people. That's completely acceptable. Like, for example, last week I was sat squatting in my finest Adidas tracksuit. And all I was doing was having a bottle of vodka in one hand and, of course, smoking in the other. And listening to my ska, that's a Polish thing. And someone came up to me and they just fucking shouted at me. Like, how dare you? I was just on your lawn with your vodka, and all I did was ask for a light. No. Like, for example, recently I went to a shop, and I went to the shopkeep because people still call them shopkeeps, and I went to him and said, I'd like a bottle of vodka, please. And he looked me up and down, gave me a little smile, and he said, "You must be Polish." What the fuck? I could not take it. I went up to him and I said, "How dare you? I will file a complaint against your supervisor. You have made me so hurt, and I just want to cry, and you know what? You're a terrible person. You're a terrible, terrible person." And he looked at me with tears in his eyes, and he said, "I'm sorry, sir." And I was like, "So why? Why would you say that? Why would you say that I'm Polish?" He said, "Well, sir, this is a hardware store." I went to Birmingham recently for a Chinese meal, because that's what you do when you're in Birmingham. No one goes to Birmingham for fun, do they? What is there to do in Birmingham? Callum, let me sit down with you, Callum, for a bit. Are you from Birmingham? No. Oh, Callum's not from Birmingham, guys. So, have you ever been to Birmingham? Once. How was it?
Birmingham.
What does that mean? You don't know.
It's a city. It looks like a city.
It is a city. Right. I'll see you later. Sam, you look a lot happier to see me, I think. Have you ever been to Birmingham?
Yes.
Oh. How do you find it? Awful. Yeah. See, thank you. That's what I was expecting. Is awful, Callum. No, I did go to a Chinese recently. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. No, I did go to a Chinese recently. Have you been to a Chinese restaurant?
Yes.
What's your favourite food?
Dumplings.
Dumplings. Can't go wrong with dumplings, can you? Yes, you can. You can go wrong with dumplings. Why would you say no? Were you just saying that to please me, Sam? Were you just saying that you love dumplings just to make me happy? You have to be independent. You got to be your own person. You know, you can't live life with me telling you how to live. Do you like dumplings? No, you don't, Sam. Callum! Hello. So, have you been to a Chinese?
Well, not the last 5 years.
Cool. So, I was in the Chinese recently. I'm going to ignore the fact that you said you haven't been there for 5 years. No, I went to a Chinese restaurant recently, and it was a little weird, because on the front sign just said restaurant. Nothing else, just restaurant, which is always suspicious, especially considering that they didn't have a menu up. The door was closed. And I walked in with a couple of my friends because there was no else nearby to eat, so we thought, why not go to a Chinese restaurant? You haven't been to a Chinese restaurant, so you wouldn't know that feeling, would you, Callum? No. And so, like, we went in, and we thought, this is a bit weird, because there was a koi pond, which is normal for Chinese restaurants. I've seen them before. I've been to a couple. Have you been to more than one Chinese restaurant, Callum? Probably. I feel as if you should know if you've been to more than one Chinese restaurant in your life.
I'll go with yes, I'll be definitive.
Yes. Sam, talk to me for a minute. Callum just makes me a little sad, really. You know, really bringing the vibe down.
You keep coming back.
Yeah, I do keep coming back, Callum. I was giving you a second chance, but you ruined it. No, I went to a restaurant recently, and there was a koi pond. There was also something which I had never seen before in a restaurant, which was a ping pong table with 2 people playing ping pong on it. And the restaurant bit was actually just a tiny table to the right with about 2 chairs. So we thought this is a perfect place to eat. Because there was just Chinese people in the restaurant, and as soon as we walked in, everyone looked at us like, what are you doing here? And we went to the front desk, and immediately the guy at the front desk was a little bit confused, a little bit scared. And he looked at us and he was like, guys, I don't think you should be here. This is a bit too spicy for you. And that didn't click with me the first time he said it. It did click with me by the 5th time that he said, this might be a bit too spicy for you. He wasn't talking about the spice of the menu. He was talking about us shouldn't be there. And we thought, you know what? We're okay with spice. We can deal with it. So we sat down, and I noticed something a little strange. Firstly, the menu was all in Chinese. Secondly, the bowls had little drawings in them of Chairman Mao with a group of adoring followers, Callum? What would you say? Followers, yeah. Callum's a communist. So that was a little weird for me. Then I noticed the other bowl had 2 kids reading from a propaganda book, because it was bright red, so I assumed communist. You would assume that, Sam, wouldn't you? Yeah. And then I looked up, and on the wall was a huge mural of Chairman Mao with some rocket silos nearby, and a group of followers, soldiers next to him. And at that point was when we left, because we were getting some strange looks. Yeah. So what do you do in life?
What I study or
Hobbies?
drawing,
Drawing. What do you draw?
landscape.
You should know what you draw, Sam. Callum, what are your hobbies, Callum? You don't have hobbies. Right, guys, that's time for me. I've been Damian.
Team everyone!